Good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. And, we had a really warm day out there today. We are tracking some changes that are moving our way, and that includes a cold front that'll move in. That cold front will have a little bit of rain with it. And behind the front, we're going to have some really cold air that'll be moving in. So over the next little bit, we're going to just kind of give you a dive into what we're thinking and what we're seeing out there with these weather changes that are moving in. Tonight, we've been dealing with a few clouds that have been pushing into our area. Earlier today, we had some really warm air over us. In fact, let me show you what we did for our high temperature today. We were 1 degree away from a record out there today. You can see what we've been watching with our official high coming in at 74 degrees. But what I want you to see here from these numbers is that we've got the high of 74. The record is 75 degrees. That was set in 1933. So today, when we hit 74, we were 1 degree away from that record and well above where we should be. We should be around 56 degrees for a high for this time of year. So tomorrow we're going to do it. Excuse me, we're going to do it again. We're going to have another very warm day with temperatures that are going to be up to about 72. I think we'll be just shy of the record again here during the day on tomorrow or on Wednesday. So here's what we're watching. We have the clouds that are over us right now building in. No rain in association with those clouds. We are watching a couple little raindrops, though, coming out of Alabama, moving into northwest Georgia. Most of those have been falling apart, pushing up to toward areas of Dalton and toward Chattanooga. So no additional rain there right now. But we are watching the system out to the west. This is the actual cold front that is going to be moving our way. And you'll notice some rain developing ahead of that. But this just doesn't really look that impressive out there right now. We do have a little bit of thunderstorm activity here in the northwestern parts of Tennessee, southern parts of Missouri, moving into far southeastern Kentucky right now. And then a few more showers pushing on back into the northern parts of Arkansas, but still not really looking that impressive. Not a lot of rain with it, not a lot of thunderstorms with it, but we do have the potential through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning in that same area. There is just a level 1 of 5 risk for a couple of isolated storms that'll develop. Again, none of that is going to be moving in here to our area, but we're just going to keep watching along with that system out to the west, again, into parts of western Kentucky, northwestern parts of Tennessee, and also back into Arkansas, and that extends on up into areas coming in from Tennessee into parts of Kentucky as well with that level 1 risk. And then during the day tomorrow, that is going to move a little bit more over to the east, but not making it into the Georgia area. And you see how it kind of shrinks up a little bit over parts of Tennessee, still just that level 1 risk during the day tomorrow. That's where we think we would see some ingredients for some stronger storms. Now, even though that system is going to be moving our way, it could bring us some rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning, but we're not expecting anything severe out of this system as it continues to push into our direction. So this is what we're watching during the day tomorrow. Really the hours between 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 7 o'clock in the evening. That's when we can see just a few showers. Nothing really widespread, not an all-day rain event. In fact, it's not going to be raining the entire time between 2 and 7 o'clock. We're just talking about that is the time frame when we could see a couple of those spotty showers around. Definitely not going to be a washout. Keep the umbrella with you, though, in case you get caught in one of those showers. You'll be able to stay dry, of course, out there. But again, you could also just wait it out if you have the time to do that, because I don't think we'll see a lot. In fact, our rain totals tomorrow are not going to be that impressive at all. Let's talk about the warm air out there for tonight. Here we are at the 9 o'clock hour on Tuesday night. We're still holding in the lower 60s here in town. That is still above where we should be in the middle of the afternoon in the middle to the end of December here. 61 degrees here. Now, Atlanta is one of the warmer spots with that temperature at 61. Outside the city, we do have more of the 50s around, like in Marietta. Also in Duluth, it's 55. We have 55 in Carrollton as well as in Covington. Athens right now is 54 degrees. Additional 50s up to the north and also down to the south of us. So temperature is pretty uniform except for Atlanta being the warm. warm spot there. We're generally going to be in the 50s for the rest of the evening hours as well as overnight. And by tomorrow morning, starting off at about 52 degrees, we could also see some fog developing again early tomorrow morning. Shouldn't be too thick or widespread. It is mainly going to be patchy fog developing here. And then that is going to break up. That's going to break up. And then eventually, when that front moves in later in the day, that is going to be the time when we have the potential to see a couple of showers that are going to be developing. So I'm going to walk you through this forecast track right here, and you'll be able to see how tonight we just have the clouds that are around. And again, in the morning, maybe a few clouds, some patchy fog, but you don't see any rain here on the map at all for tomorrow morning. And it looks like around the lunchtime hour, still no rain around either. Now, you can see the time frame right there over my head. This is at lunchtime here on Wednesday. Now, that's where we're still going to be dry, have a few clouds, and some sunshine breaking through at times. Southerly flow. See these arrows coming here from the south? That is that indicator of that southerly flow bringing in still another day with warm air, getting up into the lower 70s here for the afternoon hours for your Wednesday. But we also are keeping an eye on this. That is the system that is going to get a little better organized briefly during the day tomorrow as it moves through parts of Tennessee into northwest Alabama. But I want you to watch what happens as the system pushes in here. It doesn't look as impressive anymore. This is at 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on Wednesday, and you'll see here just a few, a few of those scattered showers that are going to be with us off and on during the day. And it's mainly going to be those areas of light rain. We really aren't expecting anything overly heavy at all. Maybe a couple of pockets of moderate rain in association with that. But that looks like that's all we're going to be seeing during the day. So this is at 5 o'clock. Through the evening hours, that's all going to push out. Then we wake up on Thursday with a mixture of sunshine and clouds, and then a lot more sunshine breaking through during the day. Just a few of those clouds lingering over parts of North Georgia. But I want you to notice here those arrows now coming out of the north and also the northwest. That is going to be the flow behind the front. So the front is coming in tomorrow. Ahead of that front, just a few showers, pretty limited moisture, not a really impressive system that's going to be sliding through our area, just a few scattered showers with it. As it moves through, it kicks the rain out of here. That southerly flow disappears with all the warm air, again, getting into the lower 70s here for your Wednesday. Then those arrows showing the northerly flow, that's the colder air that'll be pushing in behind that front. And we really will start noticing that later on Thursday night or into Friday morning. When we see those cooler temperatures that are going to be moving into our area, really through the day on Thursday, it's going to be getting cooler during the day. Friday morning, we wake up with chilly air. High temperatures on Friday look like they'll only be in the 50s. Thursday's highs in the 60s. That's after Tuesday and Wednesday being in the 70s. We cool down a little bit Thursday into the 60s. Friday's highs in the 50s, and then still even colder air moving in for the weekend with temperatures at or below freezing for Saturday and Sunday, with afternoon highs for the weekend only in the 40s. So we're going from 70s here for the first part of the week and the middle part of the week to 40s for highs into the weekend. And those morning temperatures are going to be very chilly as well, at or below freezing. Rainfall totals are not going to be that impressive. Take a look at this. You'll see here that our models are only indicating about 1/10 of an inch of rain in our area. So that's why we're not really impressed by this system coming in. There's not a lot of instability in association with it. Just a low risk for maybe a rumble of thunder or flash of lightning, but not really giving us a lot of rain. We may get over in Eatonton. The models are saying maybe close to a 1/2 inch there. Blairsville, maybe 1/3 of an inch, but most places are hardly going to get much rain out of this system at all. So don't get your hopes up for it. It would be nice to get at least a little bit of rain there to help us out with some of the dry weather that we've been experiencing here lately. Now, we've got the mild air out there right now. As I mentioned, we missed the record by just 1 degree this afternoon. Tomorrow, the mild air stays with us, with those temperatures getting into the lower 70s, well above where we should be for this time of year. But look up to the north. This is behind the front. That's the colder air that's going to start diving our way. Just again, on Thursday, a little bit cooler out there, and then a little bit cooler on Friday. And then really it's going to be on Saturday and Sunday when the coldest part of the system really has its grip on us. That's when we're going to see those morning lows that will be around at or below freezing and afternoon highs only in the 40s. And that is going to persist into the first part of next week too, on Monday and Tuesday, with dry air around and no rain pushing into our area. Here's a look at those low temperatures with the trends that we're watching here. Now, it's going to be mild to start the day on Wednesday morning at 52. Then on Thursday, morning temperatures start coming down a little bit. Friday, they come down a little bit more to 40. Then it's Saturday and Sunday when we're going to be in the lower 30s. We think we'll be at freezing Saturday morning, a little below freezing on Sunday, and then by Monday morning, we're talking about low temperatures that look like they are going to be in the upper 20s. And then watch the trends here for the high temperatures too. There you see that high of 72 on Wednesday, maybe just a couple degrees lower than we were out there for today. Then Thursday's high, 61. 55 Friday, and there you see those highs in the 40s here for the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be the weekend before Christmas. If you're going to be running out, doing any last-minute shopping or having people over for the weekend before Christmas, it's going to feel a lot like Christmas out there with those temperatures feeling very winter-like. And speaking of winter, the winter solstice begins early in the morning on Saturday, on the 21st. That will be the official beginning of wintertime, and it's going to feel like wintertime out there too. Now, let's look at the long-range track as we go through really over the next 7 days here. And this will show you that limited moisture coming in. Actually, we showed you that already, coming in tomorrow. Then we're dry on Thursday and on Friday with that northerly flow, the colder air coming in. We're still dry on Saturday as well as on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we are still dry too. The models are differing though as we get into Wednesday on Christmas Day. They are not in agreement as to what to expect. One model is showing the potential for rain, while another one is not showing the potential for rain. So what we're doing is we're kind of keeping an eye on it, watching the trends. That's what we need to do as meteorologists instead of seeing one scenario, putting it out there saying, okay, this is going to happen on Christmas Day. We just don't know yet until we start to see some more consistency with those models. We hope we'll get a little better idea of that tomorrow. Again, one model showing rain, the other one showing no rain. One model showing temperatures in the 60s, the other model showing temperatures in the 40s for Christmas Day. So still, we have time to get that to all come together there. So here is the 7-day forecast. You'll see those temperatures still warm during the day tomorrow, getting up to 72 degrees with that 30% chance for a shower in the afternoon hours as that front moves in. The front pushes down to the south. That's going to start cooling us off. 61 degrees for a high here on Thursday with mostly sunny skies. 55 on Friday. The weekend is the time frame when it's going to be the coldest out there. We're thinking with those morning lows, that'll be around freezing or maybe even a little bit below the freezing mark with highs only in the 40s. 49 for the high Saturday, 47 Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday staying cold. In fact, Monday morning, we may start off with a temperature right around 29 degrees and then a high of 45, and then right at 30, 28 on Monday, then 30 for a low on Tuesday with a high of only 48. And then, of course, we'll be trying to time out and watching the models very closely as to what we could expect getting in to Christmas Day. At this point, I would expect some colder air leading up to Christmas, and then maybe getting just a little bit milder here on your Christmas Day with those temperatures that are going to be potentially 40s or 50s here on Christmas Day, which again would be close to where we should be for this time of year. But right now, watching just a few more clouds that are building in. That rain is still out to the west of us, and just watching that potential for some storms that'll be developing in parts of Arkansas, Missouri, western Tennessee, southwestern parts of Kentucky as well. And that system moving our way, but it will be falling apart a good bit as it does get a little bit closer to us, just giving us a chance for a few of those isolated showers really moving through. With rainfall totals, we may be lucky if we get up to about 1/10 of an inch of rain pushing through our area. So we've got a lot to watch through the week. We're going to see the big time shifts in our temperatures from the 70s to the 40s. Morning temperatures are also going to be mild tomorrow morning, and then they get colder over the next few days, and then still watching that really cold air coming in into the weekend. With those rain chances that'll be with us mainly for the afternoon hours during the day tomorrow. and then dry for the rest of the period. And again, crossing our fingers for Christmas Day that system that one model is showing developing will hold off a little bit, at least until we get after Christmas. We're going to keep you posted throughout the week and the weekend here on 11 Alive News and 11 Alive Plus, so tune in at any time.